Hello. I want to tell you about a problem that occurs in guitar amps. It's a very common problem, and then I want to explain a workaround or a fix for that problem. The symptoms of the problem are this. You're playing your guitar amp and suddenly the sound either suddenly dies or it may fade out slowly and get very dim. Sometimes it's explained as buzzing out. You may lose the lower frequencies and it may sound tinny and dimmer and dimmer. And this could be caused by several different things, but a very common problem that I have found in some guitar amps is ones that have an effects loop arrangement. And the way the effects loop jacks and circuit works is in any guitar amp you have a preamp and then you have a power amp. And the preamp is the amplifier that you plug your guitar into, and it amplifies the signal to a certain level and it feeds it through to the power amp, and then in the power amp is the electronics to drive the signal up to a level that it can power the speakers. So what they do to enable you to play effects pedals like a wah pedal or a fuzz pedal or something like that is to take that path between the preamp and the power amp and break it and insert your effects pedal into that loop. And that's where the problem occurs. What they use for jacks to plug in and out of that effects loop jack, and they're usually termed effects send and effects return. They use a little jack like this. And as you can see, the jack has some mechanical contacts in there so that when you plug a cable in, it opens these contacts and closes these contacts. And what happens is, when you have that problem, is that either dirt, grease, whatever, has built up in those contacts so that it's not a zero resistance contact anymore, or the tension in those contacts has gotten weaker with use over time. So the optimal solution would be, when this occurs, is to replace that jack. But there's two things about that. First of all, it's going to cost you a repair bill to get the jacks replaced in your effects loop. And second of all, that doesn't help you very much if you're playing a gig or even practicing and you don't want to be interrupted. So I want to give you a couple of ways that you can work around that problem if it occurs. And if you do have those symptoms, you can try this first, and if that's not the problem, you'll know it's something else, but you will at least find out whether it's this problem or not. The first thing you could do is take some contact cleaner and just spray it into the jack where you normally plug in your cable, and spray it and then work the plug in and out a few times just to work that cleaner into the jack, and that may clear up your problem. The other thing that you can do that's actually, I think, a better solution and a little bit more permanent, you could leave it this way forever, is to take a short jumper cable like this, just a mono plug cable, or you could use a regular guitar cable. That would work if it's a good cable. It works good. But this is a little bit neater, and you just plug one end of the cable into the effects send jack and the other end into the effects return jack. Then you've made a continuous path and you've bypassed these contacts in your jacks that may be causing the problem. So anyway, that's just a quick tip of a very common problem. I've repaired lots of amps that have that problem. So it's just a solution to that problem and a way that you could work around it, save yourself some time and some money. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and I encourage you to check out some of our other amp repair videos. Thanks.